Hello everybody and welcome to the second part of the same branch. How are you feeling today? Well, I'm feeling pretty silly today. Can you see my rabbit ears? Aren't they so fun? We started talking about animals and I got to thinking about being a rabbit and how much fun that would be. But today's story is about animals in the Amazon jungle. We laughed off with some 4 sloths who were very interesting. So why don't you go get your books, your pencils, and any ears that you might have, and let's get reading. Before we look at the picture on page 4 and 5, can you tell me what has happened in the beginning of the book? Do you remember? Well, we had Ronnie and Anne and their 2 babies, Reginald and Jemima. Yes, and what has happened to Reginald? That's right, he fell from the tree. So he's on the ground. And who is going after him? Can you remember? That's right, it's Ronnie. Ronnie is going after Reginald. So that's where we left off last day. Now let's look at the picture on page 4 and 5. It's a very big picture, but it's kind of fun too, because what can you see? Do you see that it looks like it's very dark? It's black behind the trees. And the trees are also very beautiful. The different colors of green on the page, and there's so many. And who is that on the bottom? Who is that on the ground? It's Reginald. And look at him. Well, it looks like he had been crying, but it also looks like he has a happy face. Something has made him happy. What do you think it is? Well, I saw it too. Yes, that's right. There seems to be some bright light in the air. Something is floating. And Reginald is trying to, touch it. I wonder what that is. It looks so beautiful. Now, on the other side, I can see Ronnie. And it seems like he's reaching out. And his face looks a bit scared. So I'm also kind of nervous because Ronnie looks like something is going to happen that is not good. His face is looking at Reginald and kind of in a way that he might be scared for Reginald. Let's get started by reading page 4, the top of the page, and find out what has made Reginald so happy and his father kind of scared.
Page 4. An hour later, Ronnie is climbing down the tree. The sky is dark now. Ronnie is very tired. I am a sloth, he thinks. We are very slow animals. Climbing down a big tree is very hard work. He climbs and climbs, but he moves very slowly. He stops to rest for a few minutes.
It's been 1 hour since Reginald has fallen to the ground, since Ronnie has started to climb down to get Reginald. 1 hour. Now it's very dark out, and it has been some hard work. Hard work for Ronnie. And why is that? Well, sloths move very slowly, so they get tired actually very easy. They like to rest. And now Ronnie wants to stop and rest for a minute because he's been climbing down for 1 hour. Wow, can you believe that it takes that long? Let's finish off the bottom of page 4 and see what happens when Ronnie takes a rest.
He hangs from a branch and looks down. Reginald is crawling along the ground. He is crawling away. Reginald, where are you going? Don't move, shouts Ronnie. But it is too late. Reginald does not hear him. Reginald is crawling on the ground.
While Ronnie is resting, he looks down at Reginald. So he's looking down to make sure Reginald is okay. And is Reginald okay? Well, actually, Reginald has started crawling. What is he crawling towards? I don't think that Ronnie knows, but he is nervous. He's probably scared because Reginald is crawling away into the jungle. Oh my, he shouts at Reginald. He tells them to, Reginald, where are you going? Don't move, because he doesn't want him to move at all. Yes, he wants him to stay there. But it's too late. Reginald can't hear him. Doesn't hear, and he starts crawling on the ground away from Ronnie. Oh my. Okay, so then what happens? Do you know? I don't know either. So why don't we read the top of page 5 and find out? Remember that picture that we saw before? Well, keep that in mind when you're reading.
Page 5. He sees some fireflies. Fireflies are very beautiful. They shine in the night. But Reginald does not know that fireflies are flies. What are those moving lights? He thinks. He looks at them. They fly away. Reginald crawls to them.
So you remembered that picture. And what was Reginald doing? He was crawling and he was reaching for something. Well, Reginald sees some flies, and at night, these flies are very beautiful because they shine. They're very bright. He doesn't know about fireflies, and he doesn't know about how they shine only at nighttime. So he asks himself, what are those moving lights? He wants to touch them, so he's going to crawl towards them. But what is happening? Well, the fireflies are flying away. That's right. Is Reginald going to reach one? I don't know, but he's going to try. So as the flies keep flying, Reginald keeps crawling towards them. Is that a good thing? Well, we remember Ronnie. Remember Ronnie in that tree who's climbing down to get Reginald? Well, sloths move slowly, so if he's coming down and Reginald's going away, it's going to take a long time. Let's finish off page 5 and find out what happens.
Wait for me, he says. I want to look at the lights. Reginald crawls and crawls. The beautiful lights shine in the night. Reginald follows them and crawls away from the tree. No, Reginald, says Ronnie. But Reginald cannot hear his father.
As the fireflies keep going and flying away, Reginald speaks to them. He says, wait for me, I want to look at the lights. He wants to see them, doesn't he? So what does he do? He crawls and he crawls as slow as a sloth can. He's crawling to find them. And it's nighttime and they're very beautiful, so it's nice. He is enjoying seeing them. Unfortunately, we have in the background Ronnie. Ronnie's shouting, no, Reginald, no! But Reginald is looking at those lights and he thinks they're so beautiful. He doesn't hear his father. Oh, I think this is where it starts to get interesting. I have a feeling something is going to happen. Is it going to be scary? Is it going to be happy? Or is it going to be sad? Why don't we look at page 6 together and look at the photo and see if there are any hints to what's going to happen to Reginald and those fireflies. Okay, so you have page 6 opened and you can see that picture? Yes, I can see it as well. Do you see Reginald? I don't see Reginald, but I see some other sloths. Who are they? Well, now I see Anne, and I think on her back is somebody else. Who is that? That's right, it is Jemima, Reginald's sister. So they've started to climb down the tree as well. And look at Ronnie. Ronnie is hanging from the branch, and he has a strange look on his face. He kind of looks tired. Why is he not going after Reginald? What has happened? I don't know, but I want to know. So I'm going to read the top of page 6 to find out. How about you?
Page 6. Ronnie is very scared. The bottom of the tree is an hour away. He looks up at Anne. "Anne, Reginald is crawling away," he shouts. "Why?" asks Anne. "He is following fireflies," says Ronnie. "What can I do?" Anne thinks. She is the smart sloth in the family.
Ronnie is scared. So what does he do? Well, he knows that to get to the bottom of the tree will take 1 more hour, and that seems very far away. So he looks up to Anne. Remember, Anne is at the top of the tree with Jemima. He looks up at her and says, "Anne, Reginald is crawling away." She doesn't see Reginald. She doesn't see what is happening. And he explains, "The fireflies. It's the fireflies. Reginald is following the fireflies. What can they do?" Anne thinks because she is the smart sloth in the family. So she's going to think of what they can do to help Reginald. Now, let's finish off page 6 and find out what happens next.
"Stay there. Jemima and I are going to climb down to you. Then we can all go and find Reginald together." Ronnie stays on the branch. "Reginald does not know about this dangerous jungle," he thinks. "He only goes to the ground with me and Anne."
What are they going to do? Stay there. That's what Anne says. She wants Ronnie to stay there so that her and Jemima can come down and meet him so they can all go after Reginald together. So Ronnie is going to stay and Anne is going to start climbing down. While that is happening, Ronnie is thinking. He's thinking that the jungle is very dangerous and that Reginald doesn't know about all the dangerous animals in it. Wow. Why is that? Well, because every time Reginald is in the jungle, he is with Anne and Ronnie. Now it's time to look at page 7 and see what happens next. Are you ready? I am. Okay, this is a very interesting picture because we have Ronnie and Jemima and Anne all sitting together. Oh, and look at their faces. Wow, they look tired. They look sad. You can see that Jemima has her hand on her face. She's thinking and she doesn't look very happy. Wow, even Anne has a little tear coming from her eye. I think they're thinking about Reginald. What do you think? Can you see him in the picture? No, maybe they miss him. What else can you see in the photo? Well, I see their big, beautiful green tree and that they're at the bottom of it. And behind that tree, I can see a blue sky. Oh my goodness, so now it is daytime. So a lot of time has passed. It was day, then night, and now it's day again. Okay, let's get reading and find out what has happened. So we're reading page 7.
Page 7. Anne and Jemima begin to climb down the tree. In the morning, they climb onto Ronnie's branch. They are very tired. Ronnie is asleep. "Wake up, Ronnie," says Anne. "Now we can go and find Reginald together." An hour later, they reach the ground.
What happened? Well, Anne and Jemima start climbing down the tree. They reach Ronnie's branch, so they're all together. And what is Ronnie doing? He is sleeping. Okay, he was asleep because he was very tired. Remember all that climbing he did before? So Anne says, "Wake up, Ronnie. Let's go find Reginald together. So let's go to the bottom of the tree." So together, they climb down the tree. It takes 1 hour. That's a long time to climb down to the bottom of the tree. And it took much longer. That was one part. Many hours to go down the tree. And where's Reginald? What's going to happen to him? I don't know.
Stop and pause.
So today we've seen that Reginald was really enjoying the fireflies, that they're really pretty. How about you? Have you ever seen a firefly at night? It does look so pretty and so bright, like moving lights. It's very interesting. But I'm also worried about Reginald because he's crawling away into the jungle. And there are many dangerous animals in the jungle. And for Reginald, who is a baby, that can be kind of scary. And his family's thinking about them. His family wants to find Reginald. But now they look pretty tired. So what's going to happen? Where is Reginald? How are they going to find him? We're going to save that for next time. Now it's time for your homework. For your homework, I would like you to read page 8 until 12 and find out what happens to Reginald. So that sounds like a lot of fun, but what's even better is your workbook. For your workbook, you're going to answer the questions for the pages that we did today. Sounds great. And of course, again, every time, don't forget to check the tape to see if your answers are good. Until next time, bye!